a story that runs like a valley, straight through like an arrow, cut it like a diamond. Sharpen the knives, we'll get things ready, and then forget to go. Oh, it's a lot of preparation.
There we go. We got a host and a co-host. I think we got a co-host.
I'm here.
Ah, you're here. I'm here. We're here. And we are going to remove the starting soon slide so that if I share my screen later, it doesn't show that instead. But anyways,
I'm going through my list. There you go.
Going through your list.
Well,
Checking
first of all, I gotta find my microphone. It's way over here, as usual. This is never near me. I always have it way back. Sorry. There. Well, there's no reason to have it close to me. I have a microphone that has a very long, like 7-meter length on it.
We are getting thrown around the room.
That's fine. You get thrown around the room. You do it. You used to it. Do it every single time. No, now I'm trying to find the stream because I have too many freaking people online right now.
Too many people. That's okay. None of them are listening to us. We have no one listening right now. It's me, it's Mars, and it's alpacas and fishnets. And I finally went ahead and I did it. I have permanently blocked Daddy again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why'd you block him?
I don't know. It wasn't fun anymore.
Did you unblock him?
I unblocked him on my phone a while ago.
Why did you do that? You know what's going to happen. Were you bored one day? Were you taking a poop and say I'm bored? I got to talk to Addie?
Do you really want to know the real reason?
You were taking a poop, weren't you?
No. It
Is it political?
It is. It is. And I'll just state it. And no one's here to listen anyways. I'm just going to state it. This is what happened. Because from past debates with Addie, I know that Addie is... Addie considers himself a true independent. And everyone else are idiots. He thinks very highly of himself because he is an independent. He loves to disagree with MAGA Trumpers, and he loves to disagree with lefty bleeding heart liberals like myself. But
well, that's his opinions, and he can do whatever he wants. That's why we all have all have opinions and thoughts. So,
but the thing is that he is at the end of the day Team Trump. He gave Trump his vote and likes a lot of the things he's doing. So we have strong differences of opinion on things politics these days, and that's not a problem. So. But the thing I know about Addie is that I know that he's very, very anti-war and very, anti. He thinks we should be getting out of the business of invading other countries and things like that. So when Trump bombed Iran, I couldn't help myself but to unblock him and say, "Hey, still Team Trump." And
see, you poked a bear. Why do you do that, skaters? You poked the bear and said, "Gee, I wonder why I'm blocking him again." Because who started it?
For all the years of aggravation.
Who started it?
For all the
who started it this time? What?
Mars.
What?
For all the years of things that he started, I earned one.
Okay.
I earned this one. I'm like, fuck it. I'm starting this one.
And then you're surprised you block him.
Well, the thing is that it wasn't. I didn't mean it in the spirit of an "I told you so." Although I'd be lying if there wasn't at least a little bit of. I'd be lying to say that there wasn't a little bit of that there. There was kind of a little bit of like, "Hey, I told you," but mostly I was genuinely curious what his opinion of it was, because this was the guy he voted for. This was the guy he was saying a lot of good things and praising about, and then he went and did something that he was strongly opposed and against. And I genuinely wanted to know, what would Addie say about this? What does Addie think about this? I think that is a fair question. He did this thing that you were strongly opposed to. Does he still have your vote? Does he still have your confidence? I really wanted to know. So I unblocked him. I only unblocked him on my phone. I didn't unblock his emails. I didn't unblock his messengers or his Facebooks. It was only phone texting that I unblocked. And basically he's like, well, I'm not happy he did that, but I don't expect to agree with everything he does. Which, okay, reasonable response. Fair, balanced, reasonable response. I'll give him that. You know, he admitted that he didn't like that he did that, but it wasn't enough to put him off of Team Trump. He's, you know, still doesn't like anything the liberals are selling these days. Fair enough. Got my answer. And since he was fair enough, I left him unblocked so that maybe, he's mostly harmless. Much like
He's
the planet
harmless to
Earth.
me. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's never said anything wrong to me, but, you know.
Well, now he's extremely and now he's entirely harmless because he is blocked again. Because he started doing the whole race baiting and minority baiting thing, calling me a racist and bigot again, and it wasn't making me mad, but it was making me not want to talk to him, because like I don't care about his opinion of me anymore. I really don't. You know, when a person shows you such extreme disrespect so many times, you lose all respect for them, and when you lose all respect for them, they kind of lose the power to make you angry. So yeah, he knows what buttons to push, but in order to push those buttons and get a reaction, I have to fucking care about his opinion. You know.
Okay.
I was curious. That was the extent of my caring.
I just impressed you and blocked him and talked to him, and then said, "Oh, I wonder why I'm blocking him again."
Well, I figured maybe it'd be fun to try to troll him back a bit. You know, he loves to troll and troll me. I'm like, well, you know, maybe I'll troll him a bit. And so I did troll him a bit, and he just, you know, got more like, oh, basically the thing that he decided to go with is, you wouldn't treat me this way if I were black. That was kind of his attitude. Oh. He's like, oh, you're showing me such disrespect, but if I were black or a minority, you'd be trying to appease me. And it's like, dude, no, you misunderstand. I was respectful to you and tried to appease you for many years, and you pissed me off and mocked me for it. I'm mocking you because you're a fucking asshole. Has nothing to do with you being a white man. Besides, don't you bark down Hispanic on forums? Are you even...
Gators.
Yeah.
My response to that is, and this is me.
Yeah.
I'm blind. No one has a color.
Exactly. I told him I once fell in love with a traffic cone. It was orange. AI helped me with that one.
Oh, that's nice of it.
Yeah.
At least it got something right, huh?
Yeah. Well, he sent me a picture of a camel in bondage gear. So I asked AI to come up with a response.
Okay. I mean...
So I asked AI what I should respond with, and AI generated me an image of alpacas and fishnets. So that's hence the topic of this week's show.
I guess if you're into that.
Would you ask AI to go with a surreal image response? It comes up with alpacas and fishnets.
I mean, some people might be into that, Gators.
Well,
some people might be into that.
The thing is, AI is basically just a regurgitation of a mass collection of all of our data. So someone came up with that idea that AI lifted it from. Who taught AI about dressing up alpacas and fishnets is what I want to know.
That just means there's a lot of furries out there. It's fine. No big deal. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know.
But, and I mean, you know,
Lord
when
knows
alpacas want to get it on, they're going to put the fishnets on.
I mean, Lord knows I probably follow about 30 cat girls and about 40, 45 wolf, whatever, you VTubers on Twitch. So, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. I don't care what you are, what you appear to as. I don't give a crap.
Same here. Yeah. So, you know. I mean, it's just that, you know, this whole... He loves to play the I am a victim because I am in the white majority card. That's his game. That's his angle, and it's like, no, you're just an asshole. You're just an. I could compile at least a solid 3 hours of audio of me being a dick to venison. But that would basically just be going I have a black friend card. So I'm not going to do that.
Well, you could have.
I could have. But I won't.
You know.
I could have.
It's okay.
So I'm just like, this morning I just looked at it. I'm like, nah, I'm not having fun with this anymore. We'll put you back on the block list.
Okay. There you go.
My curiosity has been appeased.
I don't think he has my phone number, so.
No.
Unless someone else has given it to him.
I would never do that.
Yeah, it's AOL. It's Messenger name. Fine.
AOL Instant Messengers. To me, AOL Instant Messenger was always at a different level than phone number. Phone number protected private information. Mm-hmm. AOL Instant Messenger name is like a disposable account.
And we know this by NHB. There were so many different names that would come in,
and they just read out loud. The art of the screen name is lost. People don't. I don't know. Does anyone? Well, I guess Discord has usernames.
Yeah.
But do people use usernames on Discord, or do they just put their real name
on
in?
Twitch. There's a lot of people that use usernames on Twitch.
Yeah. It feels like usernames are not quite as creative as they used to be.
Well,
I don't know.
You have to go to the Xbox and the League of Legends servers and stuff like that. Then you'll see some, but they usually have other words in them. So.
Well, those aren't even really. I guess those games would be tied to sign in, so I guess those would be permanent. I mean, because it's like IRC screen names. Yeah, you gravitate towards one, but you didn't know them.
Usernames and there's
you're right.
Twitch usernames and there's email names and there's,
I guess usernames are still kind. It feels like they're not as prevalent or prominent as they used to be. Although that may be just me having not evolved past the Facebook
look
era
in your chat
of communication.
Room. Well, not right now, but in the past, how many people have actually used their real name in the chat room on Twitch?
Oh, that's a good. Oh, you mean his name isn't Sparky?
Yes, that was definitely Sparky's real name. It's Sparky Toaster. Yep.
I thought he was a proud member of the Toaster clan.
He might be. He might be a toaster. I don't know.
Emigrated to Pennsylvania way back in the era of William Penn. It was Penn and the Toasters building the state together.
Is that a group?
Sure.
Is that a band name, Penn and the Toasters?
Penn and the Toasters.
Do you have the 45 of that or the 78?
That might be a cylinder.
Oh, it's a cylinder. Nice.
Way back when William Penn and the Toasters gathered around the Ediphone and recorded a single.
There you go.
There we go.
Fun Saturday night. Listen to Penn and the Toasters on the cylinder.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, this would be the perfect opportunity to go. And speaking of historical figures, we got to talk about the Paul Revere conference room. But Sparky Toaster's not here, and he's the one that really wants to hear the conference room updates. And boy, do I have a doozy of an update for the Paul Revere conference room.
Well, you survived last Tuesday. That's what matters.
I did survive last Tuesday, but today was a busy day. Today was busy. Although now I'm trying to figure out, what, since no one's here, we may as well just talk tech talk and be boring.
Okay.
We may as well. Because I'm trying to... I really want to develop an automated app deployment using Intune based on group permissions. That's my goal.
That's a good goal to have, honestly.
That's a good
goal to have. Yeah.
Here's the problem. The problem is like most workplaces, I work at a workplace that has way too many Active Directory permission groups already. A ridiculous shit ton number of permission groups that exist.
Okay.
And the groups that exist do not lend themselves perfectly for my purposes. And yet, so basically I either have to somehow shoehorn my app deployments into a cacophony of illogical groups that exist that are imperfect and will cause problems, or I have to say, hey, you know how we have way too many permission groups in AD already? I have an idea. Let's add more.
Oh, they'll love you.
Yeah. They'll I already broached that in the form of a question this morning, and I kind of.
Yeah, they're like, no. Oh, hey, dude.
Dude,
it's just me, Gators.
Who all is here? It's me. It's Mars, and Addie is perma-blocked again.
Where's Brian? Do we know?
I don't know. He's a no-show again this week. I did text him this time, and he has not responded to my text. So
has he read it?
I don't know. Does it tell me that? Does it tell me if he read it?
Do you have the RCS set up on your phone?
I have 2 white circle checks underneath my message.
I don't know. Mine says read or unread. That's what the screen reader says.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh. What happened? Something not working?
I just had this intuition that Dune was wondering who was here, is what happened. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't know. That's me.
I don't know. He thinks something stopped working, but I it's like he forgot to type a word or something. Oh crap, this stopped working. I don't know. But anyways, so I mean, here's the thing, because now there are some apps that will go to a department, and in that case, it would be logical to just put the app deployment into Intune, attach it to that departmental group with a mandatory or required, and that way everyone in that group, if that software is not on their laptop, Intune will just automatically push it out to all that department's laptops. So that way they hire a new person. They forgot to. The thing is that I can't keep track of every software that every department gets. The official unwritten policy is that hiring managers are supposed to request these things. But I kind of get why some hiring managers will be like, why should I have to ask you every time to install the thing that everyone on my team uses?
Yeah, and that makes sense, because if you have his team and you have that as a group, and you go, okay, well, all those people get access to this,
right?
Because that's just standard procedure, right?
But the thing is that there are some of those I keep track of, and there's some of those that are infrequently enough I don't keep track of them. So every now and then you get a new hire, and they come back halfway to the day, and it's like, well, so-and-so's laptop is missing this. And it's like, oh, that wasn't requested on the new hire form. So we both kind of do this passive aggressive. You forgot to do this. You forgot to ask me to do this. It's a song and dance, and we're all cool. So we're not pissed off that we're being passive aggressive about it. But honestly, it's a little passive aggressive on both of our sides. And so that's why I'm like, well, if we, and not to mention the security team has no clue what software is installed on all of our laptops. They ran a huge report. We have a huge spreadsheet. We still don't have a clue what's installed on all these laptops because it's a massive spreadsheet. Not to mention, it's really hard to get a listing of what software you have and maintain, because when you run a query like that, it also shows you all the garbage stuff that comes as Windows components as separate software. That doesn't really count.
You parse that crap out?
I mean, you could, but you'd have to know what to parse out. I mean, when you have a long list and it's like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what that is, you then have to spend time investigating or searching what each entry is, and then asking questions, why is this? And some of them are probably easy, like the Microsoft Windows News app. You could probably just parse that out, be like, oh, that's just Windows garbage that comes with all the installs. But then there's some things that's like, at one point in time, someone wanted to share a video of a all staff meeting, and the video was too large to upload somewhere. So they needed to get a freeware video editing thing to re-encode it into a more compressed video codec so they could share it easily. And so, and that was something that was a one-off that I went and I found something. And then I ask security, hey, you cool if I install this on so-and-so's laptop? They say, we cool. And then I installed it. That was like 5 years ago. And so now that shows up on that report. And you got all those little things that add up over the years. So now we have like a relatively new head of security. And he's just like, what is this mess? But he doesn't even have time to think about that.
You can't complain about that, because if I looked at the spreadsheet and it was like, what is this mess? You'd be like, yeah, I agree. But
the thing is that the spreadsheet's been kind of being batted back and forth. Like they kind of threw the spreadsheet at us, the service desk. It was like, hey, could you all tell us what software you install or sort this out? Or, like they kind of gave us a spreadsheet like, make installs for all this in the software deployment system and mark what needs to be allowed and tell us what needs to be removed. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for that. So you do it. And so no one's doing it.
Like a spreadsheet that does some like if-thens and some VB scripts. If something Windows star, equals whatever, then parse out, to 0 and not show or something. Again, we have to sort out what anything is. You can't make something unless you know what it is. Oh, okay.
I mean, we got this massive spreadsheet of hundreds of entries that no one has the time to go through it by detail and rebuild every laptop from scratch. So I'm like, we got to do this baby steps. It's the only way it's going to happen. My top priority is the tickets that come in, is the immediate situations. Number one priority, employees have the ability to do what they need to do. That is the number one priority. After that, my next priority is maintaining the image, things like that. And of course, I got to fit in making sure that I get laptops spun up for new hires and onboardings as during my week, if there's something coming in next week. But number one priority is the tickets. Number one priority is making sure end users can do what they need to do. That is the reason that the service desk exists. Mm-hmm. Maintaining app deployments and software deployment, technically that should be sysadmin shit. It's just that it's kind of been kicked to us, and we do own that. But that's always going to come second to keep the lights on, keep people being able to work. So the only way we're ever going to build a true, consistent, automated app deployment by group permission is with baby steps. Do it one at a time, but build and hope that slowly and steadily we can move in the right direction. The problem is I don't have a strong foundation of permission groups to build on top of. And also, I think best practice is to create a permission group for an app. And if there is an app that everyone in a certain department gets, I could add that department group to the app group.
That's what you want to do, is set that department.
That's what you want to do. Yeah. Make a group for the app, add the department that gets that app in the group. That way, if you ever have an individual that's not a part of that group, but is helping that group out, and so they need the software, but they don't need to be added to the group permission. They only need to get the software to help them. Then I have a group that I could add them to, and it doesn't turn into a whole thing of they're not a part of that group. They can't get added there. Of course, the reality is if that situation came up, you just do a manual install. But if we're doing manual one-off installs, it defeats the whole purpose of building this thing. So the technically correct way to do it is to make a new set of permission groups for apps, which means that, sadly, after thinking about this, I have to go back and I have to say, hey, you know how we have way too many permission groups? I need us to add a whole shit ton more. And I'm not sure how to sell that.
You're not going to sell that, Gators.
But it's the right way to do it. It's the technically correct way to do this. And it's not my fault that we have a history of half-assed sysadmitting that I have to build on top of. That's not my fault. So it's really going to come down to, this is what I'm trying to do. This is my goal. Are you going to let me do it? Or do I have to just keep maintaining mediocrity and set my sights elsewhere? So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
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 Now, did Sparky Toaster show up yet? Because we got to talk about the conference rooms at some point.
I do have a question for you.
Go ahead.
What about Dism? Are you having fun with Dism? Is your Dism Dism me again?
Is
Is it fixed? Did you fix your Dism?
I baked Dism into the golden image.
Wow. Is it fixing the stuff you need to do, though? Or is it still hanging? Is Dism hanging?
Dism will continue to hang on laptops that have not been newly imaged that don't already have their Dism installed. But all future laptop images will have the Dism baked into it already. So over time, this problem will sort itself out. And Sparky Toaster is in the house.
See,
yo.
You see, I told you, Dism brings them in.
Dism brings him in. So this morning, in
Get
fact,
ready, Sparky, sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
This morning I'm sitting at my desk, finishing up my banana, finishing up my Wordle. What the fuck was up with today's Wordle? What's been up with these Wordles lately? Are they not familiar with common letters?
So
I'm hashtag no spoilers, but today was another one of those Wordles that my starter word had nothing. Although it wasn't too bad. My standard go-to second word when my starter word has nothing gave me 2 greens and a yellow.
Well, you don't use among as your first word?
I use rents.
Oh, you should use among. It's better.
I use rents. But
how about RSTLNE? Is that a word?
It's not, but rents comes close.
Okay.
Because that gives me an RSTNE.
Okay.
And then if rents comes up with nothing, my second word is claim, and claim gave me a green C, a yellow L, a gray A, a green I.
Yeah, we're not spoiling this, by the way. So if you haven't done your Wordle,
it's
I'm sorry.
8:30 p.m. If you haven't done your Wordle yet, it's your own damn.
Excuse me, it's only 5:30 my time.
Okay, all right. It's still evening.
And
it's evening.
If you're in Hawaii, it's only like 2:30 p.m.
No one in Hawaii is listening.
Why not? Hawaii, you should listen to us. We miss you.
Dude, if you had the option of beautiful beach or sit in front of a computer and listen to Gators talk about Active Directory group permissions, which one are you choosing?
What if I brought the laptop to the beach?
No, that's just wrong.
What if my house is right on the beach and I just take it to my deck?
Maybe that. If you've already spent many hours enjoying the beach. So have you not done today's Wordle yet? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't do Wordle.
So then you don't care.
I don't care, but I'm looking out for all the listeners, people listening.
I don't think Dune and Sparky are Wordle.
Wait, Dune might do Wordle. I don't know.
Dune, I don't know. Does Dune do Wordle?
Dune probably does the Sunday crosswords too, which are pretty awesome. I don't just. Yeah, not in June. Gators is not at the beach.
Sparky chooses. I am honored that Sparky would rather listen to me than go to the beach. Now, dude writes in when Johnny is not at the beach. Well, you see, Hawaii, it's always beach weather pretty much. But here it's actually, I mean, heck, this past weekend would have been a good beach weekend probably. But I was record shopping.
Hey, I approve.
Sparky writes in, I make cartoon copies from Silly Putty.
Now, Sparky, what I do is I roll it up in a big ball and bounce it around. That's what I do.
Yeah. Now, I think Sloan found another use for Silly Putty once.
I don't want to know what he found to do with the Silly Putty.
I think he got in a bit of a sticky situation there with the Silly Putty.
That sounds messy.
I think I have a recording of that show. But Viscerat did ask, do you guys do the Dune and Johnny show every week? I loved that shit. We do it many weeks. During the summer, we miss a lot of weekends because if I have the choice of do the Dune and Johnny show or head down to the beach, hang out with family, And then also, to be fair, Dune also has opportunities when family things going on, grandkids are around. But we do shows most Sundays, I think. So
There was barely a show yesterday. I slept
There-
through it, but
there was a show yesterday.
I took a nap through it, but you
Yeah.
know, no offense, Dune. Sorry. I'm sure if you had a choice, you would have napped too.
So as I was saying, I was finishing up my Wordle, drinking my iced coffee because it was a warm day today.
I gotta have
finishing
hot
my
coffee on
banana.
a hot day too.
And then I overhear my name, like someone's walking around looking for me, and it's like, oh shit, should I hide under the desk or? And I hear my boss
Are
going,
you still eating your banana?
oh, I finished the banana. I just finished the banana and the Wordle. I was considering bringing up the crossword, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna have time for that. I probably should get some real work done. My Wordle's done. Let's get to work. And so I hear my boss and this person looking for me having a little conversation. It's like, oh, yeah, he's probably just back here at his desk. And so I stand up. It's like, oh, there he is. And it was the person who needed the laptop that I couldn't get the DISM to finish installing on last week. And I said, I'll have it ready for you next week. And she said, next week's fine. Well, it's now
This
next
is
week.
this is last week. Now this is this
Right.
week.
So it's now this week, and now she's looking for her laptop with the DISM installed on it so that it can install the app that requires well, actually, DISM is the command that's used to install .NET 3.5, which is a prerequisite for the software that her department uses, which at some point in time I will have.
Isn't that built in the Windows? Can't you just have that do it for you?
It is not It is not enabled by default. That is why I enabled it on my golden image. So now it will be.
3.5? I don't think I need 3.5. I have 4.8.
Yeah.
6, 8, 9. And I think 10's coming out within the next
Now, Dune pointing out that
months.
our last Dune and Johnny show did get popped by the YouTube police as being unmonetizable because we used copyrighted music, which was the Memorials album I played. That's all automated by robots.
But by the way, Gators, I have a question.
Yes.
This is a very important question, and this is the
Okay.
Microsoft too. Why, when you bring out a new version of .NET, just squish the rest of the crap in there so you only have one version of .NET? I have like 7 versions of .NET. I have 64-bit and 32-bit.
I don't know.
I have version 9. I have version 8. I have version 6 because I have something that needs version 6. I have version 4.8.1. I have, oh my God, why,
Yeah.
why Microsoft, why? Okay, thank you. That was my rant. I'm done.
Thank you. I do work hard to earn that money.
No.
Fuck your parentheses. I have a feeling I wouldn't like if I could see them.
Oh. Yeah. I'm frustrated with Microsoft because you have 8,322 gajillion. And I could get on with these the Visual Studios C++ redistributables.
Well,
how many versions of those do you have? You have 2008,
Yeah.
9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25.
And
oh
you-
my goodness. What are you doing? Why do you have all this? You know
Mars?
this? Can't you just put it all in one? Why do you have a problem with this? What is your problem? Sorry, I'm done.
And Mars, these all show up on my spreadsheet of apps that we supposedly have in our environment, and they have nothing to do with the apps we deploy. They're prerequisites that come down automatically, which makes a bunch of clutter and noise on our report trying to figure out what software we actually need to manage.
Microsoft, put it all in 2 freaking things. When there's an update, squish the rest of the crap in there, and then we don't have to worry about it. Thank you. Yes.
But
Thank you.
Visceratist, loving my shirt here. Yeah, just bought it this past Friday. I bought 3 Stereolab shirts this time. I could not pick one, and I'm like, I wanted like 4 or 5 of them. I narrowed it down to 3, and I got the Stereolab laundry bag too.
Sorry, Sparky. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
No, we love it when Mars does this. We need more Mars rants on the show.
But by the way, you should have bought 4 of them. Then you could have had Octolab.
That, yeah, I could have, but then I also bought the opening band's album as well.
Who's the opening band?
The Memorials.
Were they any good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was playing their music before the show started.
On this show?
Yeah, they do a lot of analog tape looping stuff live. It's a duo that.
Oh, we've seen these people on Twitch, right? Oh wait, no, there's one guy who does all the loop stuff on. Wait,
no,
there's some really good people on Twitch. Why don't they just do that and play for Stereo Lab?
This was analog tape looping, old school, and it was a duo, and it was and one of them kept switching between guitar and drum kit, which is not a normal swap that you see happening. But yeah, I was digging it. So I was like, okay. After they played, I went back to the table to the opening band's merch table, to the Memorials merch table, to buy the album. I had to wait for one of the band members to get from the stage to the table because she was selling them herself. That was cool. Anyways, so Sparky's writing in. Damn, 2 weeks ago, Johnny got new tighty whities and now new t-shirts. Johnny is redoing his whole wardrobe. Mm-hmm. You know what? One of the new tighty whities lost its elastic in the dryer.
What happened?
It lost the elastic in the form of a long thread that tangled itself around.
Why did you buy cheap undies?
They were the same ones I've always bought.
Oh, sorry, man.
Actually, one of the Memorials albums I bought was already pre-signed, like on the inner sleeve. So, well, it was funny because I take the clothes out of the laundry, and some of my clothes have string all wrapped around, and it's like, oh shit, what lost a thread? What caught in the thread? And it's all elastic string, and so I had to like cut it loose to cut my clothes loose to get them all unbunched. And then I'm folding my laundry, and I pick up a pair of the new tidy whities, and the elastic band separates from the rest of them. And it's like, oh, wow. Okay, that's the thread I lost in the dryer. There it is. It took like the whole half of the elastic off. That was just whoop, right open.
What? You had an underwear blowout, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's okay because it was like a 10-pack or something, so now it's a 9-pack. But
I buy 4-packs, but
yeah.
Then I buy like 2-packs of them.
So I had to toss that out. Where was I? I was somewhere. Where was I? Shirts, opening band, underwear, working, laptops. So I give this person the laptop that I promised her last week, and the DISM was done. The .NET versions. I don't know why there's so many versions of .NET. I don't know why so many things still require the old one, and Microsoft disables it by default. You would think that disabling it by default would be a hint to the developers of other softwares out there that maybe you should update your shit to not require it anymore, so sysadmins and service desk peeps don't have to keep re-enabling it on this command that gets stuck. I don't know. Sparky suggesting I could use suspenders to hold up my tidy whities.
Oh, we could.
That is an option. I guess I could have kept that pair without the elastic band and just wore suspenders under my...
You roll it into a ball, stick it in an old sock, and hand it to the cats. That's what you do.
I just tossed
Just
them.
not a used sock. Don't give them those socks.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
It's too soon to tell that story again. Got to give it at least a year. Mm-hmm. But while she's coming to get me, I'm like, oh, let's go get your laptop. My boss is like, oh, so and so told me that the equipment in the Paul Revere room is making music. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna have to go look at that. So I get her laptop. Everything's fine and dandy. Send her on her way. I walk over to the Paul Revere room. As I approach the Paul Revere room, I hear echoing down the hallways, which is HP speak for, we can't find the fucking hard drive, man.
What the hell you want? Does when it can't find the hard drive?
You know, when HP can't find a hard drive.
Oh wow! It makes cool noises. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow! I've never gotten my HP to do that.
Well, that's what it did before, And that's what we called the tech out for last time. And the tech came and looked at it, and it started working when the tech came. And so he went and he grabbed the logs, and he called Crestron support. Crestron said, oh, it might have been a one-off, or it might do it again. Wait and see. And, well, we waited, we saw, and we were down a conference room today. So
why don't they just replace that hard drive altogether? Why don't they just do it? Just do it. Just say, give me a new hard drive. I'll stick it in there. You guys set it up. Bring it down here and do your...
Well, Crestron had just replaced that whole unit like 2 months ago. So they really were hoping it was a one-off.
Okay.
So, let's see. Where was I?
You said that Crestron replaced it 2 months ago.
Right.
So
the point is that the problem's back. So I had to, so I bring up the calendar. I block out the conference room for any time that it's not booked out to prevent other people from booking out a broken conference room. I email the 3 people that had booked meetings in the room today to let them know, hey, AV equipment is down in that room. If you need AV equipment, I recommend trying to find another room if possible. If not, if you don't need the AV equipment, you'll be fine. Actually, I had gotten the equipment to come back up. So I emailed the people and said, hey, the equipment might work or it might go down again. I wouldn't count on it. So if you could find another room, I recommend doing that.
Dude, Crestron does not sound very reliable, Gators.
No, Crestron is, I think, one of the most popular AV conference room equipment companies.
Or you think they'd have their crap working?
I mean, what? 80% of it works 80% of the time.
Change brands and go away from HP and do something else.
I have no.
Put them on Lenovo.
They don't ask me what conference room equipment to buy. They don't. I have no say over it.
You're too busy with making accounts.
I'm too busy making new
permissions.
I'm too busy making new permission groups for automated app deployments to make a bigger mess of this situation. Is what I'm No, I honestly I'm going to tell them, give me an OU for my app permissions. I will maintain it. I will own it. I will be blamed for years to come after I leave. Just go ahead and do that, and then after I leave, you can just delete it all and go back to doing it your way.
Gators, did you wiggle the network cables again this time? See if
I got on my back and wiggled the cables. I got it back up, but I didn't think it was going to stay up because this was the second or third time this had happened.
We just tell them don't turn it off.
Well, but it automatically. No one turns this off. It just blinks out or something goes wrong, and it's like, oh my God, where'd the hard drive go? I'm going to restart and make beeps.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, I sent the email out, and here's the problem. You cannot double book a conference room. So I booked the room for all the times that were available, and I emailed the 3 people that had it booked out for the times that it was not available because they'd already booked it. One of those 3 people moved his meeting to a different room, and someone else snapped up that time window before I even realized it. So then someone else is like, oh my God, the Paul Revere room freed up right when we need a conference room. We're going to book it. And I had no idea that the person I emailed switched his meeting because he didn't respond back and say, hey, thanks, I moved my meeting over there. I should have said, tell me if you're going to do that so I can block out the time after you move it. Because then this other team has no idea that they're stepping into a room that is broken. And, of course, they get there, and it's making beeps again. And what do? Do they call me? No. Do they open a ticket? No. Do they swing by my boss's office and tell him about it? No. They swing by my boss's boss office and say, hey, do you know that one of these conference rooms is down yet again?
Oh, yeah. Gators, the reason they probably went to your boss's boss is because they're probably like, dude, they got to fix this. It's something's going on.
Well, that's that guy's MO. That guy is always chatting with my boss's boss about everything.
Oh, are they buds? Do they hang? Do they get a beer after work?
He's found it to be effective because she's very much a bend over backwards to appease people type. and she doesn't
Does
shut
HR
down.
know about that?
She doesn't shut down conversation like that. She welcomes it. So when he goes directly to her, he gets results. As a result, he always goes over our heads and goes directly to her every time for every little thing. So, I mean, at some point she should say, hey, did you open a ticket for that? Hey, open a ticket. Let me know how that goes. Sparky writes in, she bends over backwards, figuratively.
Gators,
Figuratively.
I have a question. Is she Korean?
No.
Sorry, Sparky.
Sparky is not picturing that right at all. But
Or is he?
or is he? So anyways, that was a little annoying that I go to all these efforts to try to prevent people from booking a broken conference room, and my efforts failed. And it happens to be the person that goes straight to my boss's boss every time there's some little thing, which she's cool. She's not blaming it on us. I mean, heck, I had the receipts or so. Yep. I blocked it out. I missed that one because something moved, and we already have the tech scheduled to come out tomorrow.
I mean, I'm sure your boss's boss. After all this, she probably knows exactly. She's probably involved.
Oh, yeah.
She probably knows what's going on. She's like, I know.
We all, I mean, it's a small company of under
Yeah.
200 employees. We all talk to each other. We all know each other. We're all pretty
200
on top of-
employees, 400 permission groups.
You are so optimistic.
Oh, more than 400 permission groups. I see.
Easily. I mean, we're at the point where they want to make permission groups that are based off of job titles or job positions. And so, like, there are permission groups that only have one member in them. So that way, if someone newly gets hired to do that position, we just put them in that group and they automatically get all the permissions that job title has. And there are some job titles that don't exist or haven't been backfilled for years. So we have empty permission groups for job titles that don't exist. Viscerist writes in, what do you do for work, Johnny? I work in IT tech support service desk. But my skill set and responsibilities go beyond service desk to also maintaining Windows workstation imaging, app deployments, and things
Conference
like that.
room.
And conference room equipment. Well, that's service desk support stuff. Printer toner is always fun to work with. You know, nice powder that gets everywhere. You gotta
You don't
love
open
that.
them up, do you?
You try not to. Sometimes
I like pulling the ripcord with a new one and shaking it up and stick it in the machine.
I've not had toner dump on me in a while, but there are times where
I've
something
never had toner
turn-
dump on me.
I've had toner dump on the carpet at least once, but that was because like you pull something out and something went wrong, that even though you pull it out carefully and you're not like dropping it or tilting it down, all this like shit comes out with it if something, I don't know. Sparky writes that working on cars is not Johnny's specialty. No, it is not.
It goes backwards, just not any other way.
Also, working on car radios, maybe. But, you know.
Okay. So power of yours not working.
Right. So
Again.
the tech is, and I managed to get the room blocked out completely for tomorrow, so no one's going to sign it out tomorrow, and the
Are
tech's
you
going
there
to come
tomorrow,
in.
or is it your colleague?
You know what? I thought I was going to be there tomorrow because my colleague called out sick today.
Oh, he's still sick?
That's what I thought. So I'm like, well, I guess I better be prepared to come in tomorrow. But I texted him before the show, and I'm like, hey, dude, you need me to cover for you? Because he didn't ask me to cover for him.
Yeah,
I just kind of assumed. But he's supposed to ask me. So, and he hadn't. So I'm like, well, gee, I would hate to get myself out of bed early and take the trip all the way in there just to find out, hey, you're here. What am I doing here?
You guys can work as a tag tag team that day. You can
We
both do
could.
stuff.
We could tag team without being in the same room. Besides, if he's getting over an illness, I want to stay as far away as I can. But anyway, so I texted him and said, "Hey, do you need me to cover for you tomorrow?" He goes, "Nope, I'll be in tomorrow." I'm like, "Cool."
Now, tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., hey, I'm sick. Can you cover me?
Well, the problem is they never told us what time the tech is coming. And sometimes the tech likes to get there at 7 a.m. and make us the first. Yeah, but my coworker doesn't start till 9.
Oh, so who's going to take over while he's not there?
Well, technically, the office open. I mean, most people's working hours are 9 to 5, but I start at 7 just to have some kind of support around for the early starters. Also, it allows me to stop early, and then he works the 9 to 5 shift. So now Sparky has a theory. Now I actually saw him last week with the symptoms of a cold starting. Like his nose was running like a faucet. And I told him, "Get out of here, get home. I'll deal with the DISM on this laptop." Installing that software. That sounded way wrong.
It kind of did, actually, but we won't talk about that.
But we were already talking about using the command of DISM to install .NET
DISM.
3.5. I was calling back to that, but in the context, anyways, moving along. So I mean, anytime anyone's sick, it could be job hunting, but he's been happy working with us. But who knows? Everyone's entitled to look to further their career. Good for him if he is. You know.
He's doing 2 jobs. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, he'll be in tomorrow. But if the tech decides to go, they never followed up with us what time the tech will be there. They said, "Oh, we got to look at the schedule. We'll get him in tomorrow. We'll let you know the time later." And then they never followed up. So, and this tech has my cell number saved in his cell phone. So if he gets there at 7, he's gonna be texting me at 7 a.m. like, "Hey, dude, I'm in the lobby. Come get me." It's like, dude,
dude,
I'm
no
not
one's
there.
Till 9. Go back to bed.
Go to another customer. Come back at 9.
I mean, you gotta wonder. You should just say, "Yo, tech, I have a question. Do you do this at every other conference too? Do things just always breaking down? I mean, what you guys
Every
got any plans
conference
for
room-
these, or what? What do you think?
Well, every conference room has had its share of needing to restart the equipment.
But they don't all lose their hard drives all at once like that.
This is
very much non-QC there, sir.
This is the first time I've had one of these boxes lose its hard drive and beep like this. This has not happened before to me. This is the first.
At least it's melodious.
It is melodious. It is. But it also happens to be the room that has the TV mounted to the wall in such a way that you can't slide it away. You can't easily access the equipment, and it's a fucking rat's nest back there. And after spending months hammering the support people to come up with a plan to fix that, they gave me a quote, and then they started hammering me like, "How come you haven't approved the quote?" And it's like, "Oh, because I went and." Because I complained to my boss. He's like, "All right, let's do that." And I'm like, "Hey, we need to do this." And then they drag their heels. I'm like, "Hey, where's that quote? Hey, where's that quote? Here, where's that quote?" They go, "Here's the quote." I go to my boss. "Here's the quote." And it's like, "Oh, we don't have that in the budget this year. Maybe
You're like,
next
okay,
year."
I guess we're waiting 3 months. Okay.
Well, in fact, we're not even sure we have it in the budget for next year. God, they're killing me. Killing me.
Well, you're like, okay, well, if I had a fries, I'd buy a rack, a system to mount this on the wall. We'll do it ourselves. Let's go.
It's getting to the point where I'm getting ready to do that. I'm getting ready to go to Home Depot, buy some equipment, and put it on an expense report, and get the drill from the facilities people, and just you coming in jeans for a day, you know.
Wait, why don't you wear jeans during? You wear jeans during the day. I'll let you. Go on in with jeans. It's fine.
Well, normally I wear khakis and a polo shirt to look somewhat professional, but if I'm going to come in and mount a TV to the wall, I might have, well, no, I wouldn't come in jeans. Normally I wear sweatpants around the house. I guess I'd have to buy a pair of jeans.
Well,
Yeah.
you're working on that wardrobe.
Dune writes in, quote, to clean up the wires. It's more than cleaning up wires. It is replacing the mounting bracket that is on the wall with something that allows it to swing away. Which shouldn't, like, again, I don't know why it was a quote. And it's not covered in our support contract, so they had to basically come up with all the parts it would take to put a bracket on, because we don't. I'm kind of like, maybe I should just buy a bracket. It would probably be a heck of a lot cheaper than paying them their quote to do it. Sparky writes in, isn't cleaning up wires an IT tech job anyway? Again, it's not about the wires. It's about the mounting bracket. And here's the other problem. The problem is, I did complain about it. They did send them out to neaten the wires a little bit, and they came in, they neatened them, they zip tied them, but they zip tied them. That is not a good solution. You know why that's not a good solution? Because when it starts beeping a beep code because the hard drive's dead and you need to get the equipment out of there to troubleshoot it, what do you have to do? Break the zip ties. You need those like Velcro ties or something that you can undo and redo.
Yeah, Velcro tie, yeah.
But, and the other thing is that they have this stuff kind of not really. What really needs to happen is they need to have a wall bracket that allows the TV to be mounted with a gap between the TV and the wall, so that way they can actually mount the boxes to the wall, and then also have it on a rail that allows it to slide away, so you can slide the TV to the side and easily access the equipment that is mounted on the wall and power cycle it if you need to, or slide it off of the mount on the wall. That is what we really want. What they do is they have it stashed away in a cubby behind the TV that is difficult to reach into, and the TV mounted nearly flush against that wall with it all hidden in this cubby. So anytime something goes wrong, I have to lie on my back, swing the TV from the release bracket to kind of swing out a few inches, reach my hand in, find the power cord, yank it out, put it back in. And Sparky, yeah, exactly. They didn't use Velcro, they used zip ties. And again, it still didn't fix the main issue, which is being able to access the equipment.
So, I had no zip ties at one point. Well, I have zip ties now, or Velcro ties. So I basically took some old shoes, I cut up some shoelaces and did it that way. That worked too.
Yeah. Now, Sparky kind of helping me out with the whole, maybe I should just do it my damn self instead of...
I mean, you are excellent with drilling into stucco into walls, honestly. You make good holes.
Well, I have half in jest, but half serious suggested my boss, like, hey, I could mount a TV to a wall. I could run a drill. We could just buy a bracket and install it. And he's kind of dismissive about that. He's like, no, we'll get a quote. They're responsible for that. They do that. Get the quote from them, and we'll get it paid for. And then I got the quote, and it's like, oh, it's not in the budget. So
you should bring him over and have him look at your walls on your house and say, look, see how well I do.
I guess the issue is if they allow me to do this and I damage the room or the wall or something, or get something wrong or damage something, then we own that problem. Whereas if we bring in a vendor and pay them to do it and they do something wrong, they're liable, and then they have to make that fixed.
Yeah, there's liability problems.
I don't know. Yeah. Dune asking how much was it? I don't remember. Somewhere in the, hundreds. I'd have to pull it back up, and I'm not going to right now. That was months ago that I got that through. Enough that it's a budgetary concern, but again, they're trying to.
What if? You said the machine and everything's in a cubby, right?
Right.
What if you bought like a keyboard tray that rolls out and pop it on a keyboard tray so at least you can pull the stuff back out without having to take everything out?
But the TV is flush against the wall with this bracket. We need a bracket that allows the TV to pull away or slide away, or have a gap. And Sparky's absolutely right that we could fix this for under $50. Chris, the other option is that the other side of the wall is the hallway. So we could just like cut a hole into the wall in the hallway and make like a door that opens up to behind the TV.
That would be great. I think that would be great. Put a little lock on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Take the painting down off that spot of the wall. Go, hey, hang this somewhere else. We're making doors going here. Give me the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think a chainsaw is right for.
You sure saw. Don't you have one of those things you bought for your walls?
I got the oscillating tool. I could probably
bring your oscillating tools. Hey, I brought my oscillating tool today.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk to our HR about that one. But
yeah, I'll bring it in. Be like, hey, I'll bring my own power tools in. We'll cut this wall open. Have a nice little access panel to get behind the TV from the hallway.
You could insert one of those blue boxes in there just in case. I know that.
I could service the equipment without disrupting a conference going on in the room from the hallway.
Have you talked to them about that?
Actually, that wasn't my idea. That was one of the other managers' idea.
It's not a bad idea. Honestly, it's not a bad idea.
The thing is that it's not that hard to just get the TV on a bracket that is better suited for this.
Well, how hard are the walls in the hallway?
Typical drywall type of walls, I think.
So if I actually kicked a big hole right where the X was, I guess
in theory.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I missed. I don't know how that hole got there.
I guess I could pull an Andy Bernard.
Yeah. It's like, oh, sorry about that.
Sparky writes in, aluminum or wood studs, Johnny? That I don't know. That is a good question. I should probably get the answer to before trying to put like a fist or a foot through the wall. Really, the best thing, the best option is to change the TV mounting bracket to something that allows the TV to pull away and to mount the equipment to the wall behind the TV, allowing it to be stationary and easy to access. That is really the best option.
Actually, you know what would have been the best option? Have a projector in there so the screen goes down from the wall.
You know, a lot of these rooms, not this room, but a lot of these rooms had projectors and screens that came down.
Yeah,
that they replaced. They actually bought the TVs and stopped using the screens and took the projectors out.
Why?
Because you know what? You'd have to ask someone
else.
They're
bigger. Make them bigger. People are freaking blinder now. Make them be able to see the bigger screens.
I don't. This was a decision that was made.
Wow.
Well, the projectors were connected to desktop computers because this goes back to before, back when only less than half the company had laptops. So the rooms had desktop computers with a wireless mouse and keyboard connected to a projector that projected to a screen that would come down and a POTS speakerphone on the table to dial into the conferences and no cameras.
Well, what's the difference in connecting a projector to the Questron than a computer to?
I don't know, but the thing is,
difference.
The thing is when they decided to upgrade the conference rooms, they just did blanket equipment for consistency across all the rooms with no repurposing of any projectors. They bought TVs for the rooms that didn't have TVs, and got. And just connected the boxes of those rather than
I'd rather have projectors, but that's just me.
I guess maybe they didn't want to run the wires up into the. I don't know. I honestly don't know why they did it that way. Why they didn't repurpose the projectors. Maybe they thought they were going to save money not buying projector bulbs anymore.
Yeah, projector bulbs are expensive.
Yeah. But so are 85-inch big screen TVs.
Ooh, you should recommend they put a projector in that room, and then you take the 85-inch TV and bring it home.
I like this idea. No.
Why not? Would it not fit in your living room?
I don't feel like dealing with that size of a TV, and I don't actually know if it's really 85 inches. I know it's fucking big.
I mean, you need you need an 85-inch TV for your room, right?
I'm worried if I mount something like that in this house, it'll pull the wall down with it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. It's going in the studs.
You have to put your gloves
well,
on.
of course, it goes in the studs. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating.
Now, okay. Speaking of what Sparky said, don't touch the bulbs on the projectors. What I used to do, and this was in 6th grade when I had geometry. We would always we always had those the overhead projectors that you have to turn on the light on it and you put the cellophane over it to so they draw on those. You remember those gators?
Right.
Yeah, okay. What I used to do, and I only did this once or twice, but I knew that was a very long, hot day in that classroom. So I came in, little baby oil, put a little drop on the bulb, shut the projector, go sit down. You know what happens when baby oil hits those bulbs and they turn it right on?
Explodes?
Yes. And a good explosion. It's not just a psst.
I mean,
it's a boom!
There are certain light bulbs that you can't touch them with your hands.
No,
when you screw them in.
You can't do those with
because the oil on your fingers will make them pop when you turn them
exactly,
on.
the crystal bulbs.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And I did this twice. I did it because I knew it was like, I remember, you have to understand, this school did not have air conditioning. And it was May, and it was probably about 102 degrees in that room. And that was before students got in there. We went in there, and she was over a hot projector all day, so you know that room's going to heat up like there's no tomorrow. I went in there, put a little drop on there, little drop of baby oil on it, close the projector, sit down. Then they go, she turned it on, boom! She looked at me, she looked at the rest of the class and said, wow, the bulb popped. Class is canceled. You go to your next class. And everybody's like, thank God we all got out of there. Because it was so hot, no one was we wouldn't be able to do it. It's geometry. You can fall asleep anyway during geometry.
Right.
But 102 degrees before everybody was in there. You know it was going to be 106 or 7 in that room.
Oof.
And those little fans that they put in there, they ain't doing nothing.
No.
I did it twice. Both times it was that position, yeah.
But
Yep.
no, those overhead projectors always remind me of that episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where they all lost their voices, and so Giles had to do a presentation on the overhead projector because they couldn't talk.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, Mrs. Blackman. Now you know what happened. She's probably gone.
I think the statute of limitations is up on that now. You know.
Yeah. Ms. Blackman now knows. Oh my goodness.
Or they might send the school after you to chase you down for the cost of 2 replacement light bulbs.
Those were probably not cheap back in the day either.
No, they were not.
They were not cheap. But
no.
It's okay.
It's okay. Statute of limitations is up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, must be. Gotta be. Probably. Maybe.
Yeah. You know what? She's probably not alive anymore.
So
Ms. Blackman.
So I had an interesting record shopping experience.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So there's there's kind of a 3 record stores we normally hit when Goth and I go local record shopping. The first place is a chain record store, a local chain record store called In Your Ear Records. And every time we go to this store, it's in a different location in the town because we always pull it up on the map. We drive out there and we're like, wait, it wasn't in this building last time we went here. This is like the 3rd time we've gone there and it's in a different building. But it's fine.
It's fine.
They keep finding cheaper rent. And Sparky rates in K-Tel Record Selector. Well, I did pick up a few more K-Tels. I did. Actually, I probably should. I don't have the turntable to do dollar bid specials, but I could probably go through them. So, but you know, found some cool things there. Heck, why don't I? There we go. That's 3 record stores worth of records there.
Wow.
So, I found. So, anyways, the first story in your ear, found some cool things there. I found Paul Simon Interpreted, the Sound Symposium. So it's
wait. Interpreted.
Yeah, it's like it's an orchestral arrangements of Paul Simon songs.
Now, did Paul Simon approve of this?
Well, he cashed the checks for the royalties, I'm sure.
Okay.
And then I found the Rudy Ray Moore Christmas album. So, which is a very interesting cover of a guy trimming the tree with some scantily clothed ladies around him. Some kind of a swingers Christmas party going on here, I think. So, yeah. That'll be fun for Christmas.
Who is Rudy Ray Moore, Sparky ass?
That's I
don't know, but he has scantily clad women around him. And
I don't know,
swingers.
but dude knows how to party. So
I mean, do you play this and the swingers just knock on your door? What goes on with this?
I don't know. We'll find out at Christmas. But I got a Tommy James solo album. So that'll be cool.
Nice.
Let's see. I got the Ohio Players Skin Tight.
Oh.
The Pointer Sisters Greatest Hits.
Nice. Does it have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on it?
It has He's So Shy, Fire. Should I Do It? Someday We'll Be Together. Happiness, Slow Hand, Could I Be Dreamin', Love Too Good to Lust, Take My Heart, Take My Soul, and Special Things.
So
probably an earlier
you said
greatest
never
hits.
buy the greatest hits versions of things.
I never say don't buy them. I'm just saying that if you're going to say what a song's from, say what actual album it's from, unless it is from a greatest. I mean, every now and then an artist will put out a greatest hits and they'll include a new original song on the greatest hits. In that case, it is. Sparky loving the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah, Pointer Sisters are awesome. They did songs in Sesame Street. It's fine.
And Dune writing in the Tommy James. Yeah, the Tommy James without the Shondells.
What?
Yeah.
Where were the Shondells? Did you just like leave them on the corner? Are they over at the swingers party and left them behind?
I don't know. Well, they formed a band called Hog Heaven and released an album under that name without Tommy James.
Now, do you have that one?
I do.
Okay. There you go.
Kind of folky.
Okay.
And I got the Small Faces. And Joe Tex, I Gotcha.
Oh.
So, yeah, lots of good finds at in your ear record. Oh, and over in the dollar bin section there, I got a Ronco.
Oh.
In concert. And a Columbia House 20 Monster Hits.
Was that in the penny of the month club? You know, you pay the penny. You get
It probably was originally the penny of the month club, but I paid $1.
Okay. I guess inflation over those many years, 99 cents. That's okay. Yeah.
Sparky Ready Good. I also love $50 of Kmart Christmas music on YouTube. Oh, thank you. That is a fun video there. So then we go to the next shop. Now, the next shop that we went to is the shop that the guy, it's this independent guy running a record store in some space that he rents on the second floor of a building that has different commercial offices there. Yeah, it's just a guy that's got a shop on the second floor of a building, and we've been there a few times. He's the guy that was thrilled that he actually finally once sold a Bobby Sherman album to someone. It was funny because the second time I'm shopping there, I'm flipping through things, and he's telling the guy, "Yeah, I had a guy buy a Bobby Sherman album from me once. I couldn't believe it." And I turned, and I said, "That was me." It's like, "Oh my God, that was you."
Oh.
It was the Bobby Sherman Christmas album, and I didn't have that one on vinyl yet.
It makes me wonder how many people he gets in there if he's still talking about that.
I don't. Well, he has his regulars, but
Okay.
but the thing is that the last time we went to shop there, we went there during hours it was listed as being opened, and it was closed, and it was like back in like March. And we were like, gee, what the? And that's the thing. Independent shops, sometimes things happen, and they're closed,
Maybe
and
he
they're supposed to be
decided to take a
open.
nap that day.
Well, yeah, he kind of. So we go there we go there Saturday. We go in. There are different guys there, and we come in, and he goes, "Have you been here before?" And we go, "Yes, we have." And he's like, "Well, have you been here? Were you last here before or after the guy who owned the place died?"
What?
And that's how we found out that the guy died.
Oh, you're like my bestie died.
Well, we only shopped there a handful of times, so yeah, we talked to the guy and he was friendly, but I he's not at status of bestie. I'm still sad to hear he died.
Well, yeah.
So that was sad. But this was a guy who was friends with him and had worked on, and so that's why it was closed last time, because he died like in January, and we went there in March. So the guy managed to get the store reopened, and also get the owner's personal collection in there too, and is working on selling off the things to help
did
the
owner have some
family.
cool stuff in his personal collection?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I mean, because there was stuff, and I don't know which. A lot of it was personal. A lot of it was the stuff that was regular on there, and stuff was all being marked down 80%. And so I found a in-store sampler for K-Tel.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is the second one of these I've bought now, and it's got little things that prop out on the back, so you could like prop it up on the counter to advertise
Nice little swag
that you're
there.
selling K-Tel records.
That's
yeah,
nice
little
for the shelf. That's nice
in-store
for the shelf.
sampler from the day. This is the K-Tel Platinum Picks in-store demonstration record for fall of 1983, which I already had the spring of 1983 one. So now I got spring and fall promos.
Wow.
Sparky writes in, is that rare? I don't come across, this is the second time I've come across one of these, but I don't go looking for them. If I go on eBay, I might find them easily. This had a $10 tag on it, which is kind of cheap by today's standards for a record. And plus, he was marking everything 20% off. So
nice.
It's not common, but it's not impossible to find. You could probably find a few of these on eBay right now if you look. I would
cool.
guess. And then what else did I find at that store? The UK import version of the Best of Blondie, which has a different track list from the US version.
Nice.
So it's got it's got Dennis and Picture This, Union City Blue, and the rest of them were songs that were on the original or the US version. So
That's nice.
he's right. What's that on the cover? Looks like spider legs. I don't know. Well, this cover's a little damaged, but it's the group of them standing there. And then I got this interesting Sound of the 70s German record on green vinyl that didn't have a track list. I thought it was going to be like 70s German music, but it's 70s American blues rock music. But it's still cool.
Green vinyl, that's cool.
It's a cool random rock sampler. So my copy of Blues Image Open has a jump on Ride Captain Ride, so I bought another copy of Blues Image Open. So hopefully this one doesn't get stuck on Ride Captain Ride. Oh, the sampler. Yeah, that's the K-Tel logo is what that was. Let me pull that back up for you. Yeah, it's the K-Tel logo, kind of in a shiny metallic type of look. Well, the K-Tel logo is more of the two curves kind of form sort of a K. Yeah. The Flock. I have another one of their albums and I thought it was kind of cool. So when I saw this one, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. It was only $5. And let's see. Oh, a French K-Tel collection called Out of This World.
Awesome. You got so many. You got lots of foreign. You got UK, German, and
Yeah.
French.
Yeah, he had
Nice.
some good, and this one was in just the regular sales stuff. The Ritchie family Brazil for some good old school disco, a disco version of Brazil. So yeah, that was what I. Oh, and a 12-inch single of Frank Zappa. I Don't Want to Get Drafted.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how that goes.
yeah.
It's fine.
So yeah, lots of good finds there. And then we went to the third record store, and that place is interesting. And that guy had a Tony Orlando and Dawn quad 8-track tape that he sold me for $6. And a quad copy of the Carpenter's Horizon. It's quad Carpenters.
That works.
A warped copy of K-Tel's hit Explosion. Unfortunately, I didn't find out it was warped till I got it home. Put it on
you flatten it?
It would not be a bad record to test that with. He ended up giving it to me for free, but I don't think he even knew it was warped.
Could
So
you
it looked
heat
out.
it and put something heavy? Well, not really heavy, but you know what I mean. Have it.
There are instructions and processes out there involving ovens to specific temperatures and panes of glass to try to soften the vinyl and flatten it between the glass. People sell products that do it, but there's also guides you can find on doing it with panes of glass in an oven.
It's just you don't want to flatten too much because you'll ruin the grooves. But
Right. You got to be careful with it. And you're probably not going to get it perfect, but you're probably going to get it to if you get an improvement to what it was, that's kind of a win. At that point, it's like a lost cause. You may as well try it.
Yeah.
A quad copy of Carole King music.
Okay.
Okay. Brass Construction.
What do you?
It's a group.
With brass.
It's a group.
Oh, is Brass Construction a group?
Brass Construction's a group, and it's the same title album. And I didn't find as much as that at that place as the other places. So that was the highlights of my record shopping.
That's pretty good.
But here's what happened at that place. I'm probably going to have to go back there or call them up tomorrow. Because while I'm there, the guy that runs the store and his younger assistant are having conversations about his computer. Like, oh, I can't get in here. Oh, what's going on with this? Oh, man. And clearly this guy is not having a good day. And unfortunately, no Beach Boys, Earth, Wind & Fire, or Eddie Murphy. I already have all of that. Actually, I don't know if I have Eddie Murphy's album, but I know I have 45.
As long as you have Boogie in the Butt, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, that song will always remind me of that time we hijacked that guy's MySpace page.
Oh, there you go.
And I might have some 1920s flapper girl music somewhere. So anyways, they're having computer issues. They can't get signed into their Discogs account. They're locked out of their Microsoft account, and they're talking about these things. And the guy's kind of, venting a little bit about it while he's ringing me out.
I don't know what you're watching under the tabs, but I want to know about what's in the butt.
No, he's talking about Eddie Murphy, Boogie in the Butt.
Well, there's a tree in the butt.
Yeah.
There's a bee in the butt.
So I can't help myself. I know I should probably not get involved, but I'm like, what's going on? You can't get signed in. He's like, wow, you can't get into the Discogs account, and I'm locked out because I have to get signed into the Microsoft account. So I thought maybe he needed to get into his email Microsoft account to be able to access the Discogs account where he sells stuff online, because he's got this order that he shipped the stuff, but he needs to collect the payment and then the PayPal and all that. And his old laptop died, and he's trying to set up a new laptop, but he can't get it set up. And so he's telling me about this, and I'm like, well, why are you stuck on the new one? He's like, well, all the passwords, I can't get the passwords. It was all new. And I'm like, oh, so you need your browser data that has all your passwords stored off the old laptop on the new one. He's like, yeah, but the old one won't turn on. And I'm like, well, if you take the hard drive out of the old one and you get like a USB dock, you could retrieve the data off of there. And he's like, how would I do that? He got really interested in that. And I'm like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have said it.
You open your mouth, sir. I've been in the same situation many times.
Well,
many times.
The problem is I don't fully know his scenario or his situation. I am guessing and filling in blanks, and I kind of know I'm doing it. So after I pay for my records, I'm like, well, let me take a look at what you got. And I go back there, and he's got an old Lenovo laptop that won't turn on anymore, a new laptop that's asking him what language he speaks.
Because it's brand new install.
Because it's a new laptop.
Yeah.
And a linker cable. And I'm like, well, this cable's only going to help you if you have two working laptops. He's like, oh, okay, so this is no good. Like, yeah, that's no. And so I'm like, look, if you need to get your data and your passwords and your stuff, you're going to want to open up the old laptop, take the screws out here, and get that hard drive out. And because they said the board was fried. I'm like, if the hard drive's still good, you can get the data off of there. Mm-hmm. Here's the problem. As we're driving home, I realized he doesn't need the data off his hard drive. He needs to figure out how to set up a profile in Windows 11. Remember the key thing I said there? It was asking him what language he speaks.
Like I said, it hadn't been set up yet.
Right. So and Windows 11 doesn't just let you set up a local profile easily. They make you sign in with a Microsoft account or set up a Microsoft account. Mm-hmm. And he probably already has a Microsoft account set up on his email address, and it's asking him his password, and he's forgotten his password, and it's not letting him reset it from the Windows setup. And that is why he's stuck. And I just told the guy to go spend money getting data retrieved off of a hard drive. That's not going to help him with that scenario. So when I got home, I called him back. By then, he had already closed the shop for the day, and I left him a rambly voicemail message saying, no, that was bad advice. Don't worry about the old hard drive. Have your younger friend there Google how to set up a Windows 11 profile. There are steps you could do to bypass that. You have a good evening. And I realized that I was not prepared to leave a message. I was hoping to talk to the guy and actually walk him through it. So I had to go in the office today. I did not have a chance to call him today and see how he's doing. But I'm probably going to call tomorrow and be like, hey, do you want me to try to help you over the phone with this? Because I gave him bad advice, so now I own this. Now I own it.
Gators, maybe you should go back into the vinyl store, see if there's anything else while you're helping him.
Well, he's got another box of 8-tracks, but they're all listed on Discogs, so he can't sell them to me until he takes them down off of Discogs, which has to get out in the account. And I think he might have a Dark Side of the Moon Quad 8-track, which I don't have the heart to tell him, like, yeah, I have no interest in that. Because he was mentioning that. Because he was thrilled I was buying all his Quad stuff. He also had a Quad Moody Blues tape that I already have that one. I don't need that one. But I really just want to help him just to help him because, like, you know, I feel for the guy that's really in a jam. Your mouth
and now you reinforced it by calling him back.
Well, I had to call him back because I had given him bad advice. He would have gone spent money on retrieving this data and still not been able to get his new laptop set up.
If the hard drive works, it's another drive for him. That's the thing. It's not not wasting the money. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. The data.
And there's probably stuff off of there he probably would like anyway.
He might want that data. But the thing is that he's not going to appreciate that right away. If he goes, because right now he's like, I got to get signed into my shit and run my business. That is his priority. So if he goes and spends a day spending money on a laptop to get someone to retrieve data, and that doesn't get him to sign back into the laptop, he's gonna be like, that damn idiot sent me on down another dead end. That doesn't help the immediate problem. So yeah, no, it was the thing because if I understood that we need to set up a profile or we need to bypass the Microsoft sign-in, and I know how to do that. Like you do a Shift F10 and you type in a command that you could Google, and it set up a new local, and it'll let you set up a local. That would have gotten him. He would have been like, "Oh my God, Windows screen, browser, Discogs website. I could do stuff with this." Like that would have been, I would have been the man if I had recognized that was what needed to be done and did that. But it wasn't until we were halfway home that I was like, oh, the laptop was asking him what language he speaks. He needed to get the Microsoft site. That's why he was focused on his Microsoft password.
It was setting up the language, which means he hasn't even gotten to the login. That's when you're first setting up. He just turned that thing on. He didn't know what to do.
I'm sure he went around in circles with that.
So?
Well,
Think so?
that's the only reason he'd be saying, I need to figure out my Microsoft password. He said multiple times, I don't know my Microsoft password. It's on the other. It won't take the password. I don't know what the password is. Why was he so fixated on that Microsoft password? Because that is what Windows 11 was demanding he put in, and only then would it let him do a thing with that laptop. Because fuck you, that's why. Because Microsoft insists that you log into an account that lets them track all your data because you're the product.
Yep, pretty much.
Windows ain't the product anymore. You're the product. So they make it really hard to just set up a fucking local account and get to work using your laptop.
Yeah, they don't want you on local accounts anymore.
So you have to be not connected to your network and then do a Shift F10, and then there's a command you type in. And the other thing is that Microsoft keeps patching it so that like these workarounds don't work and you have to find a new workaround. So I don't even know if the workaround would work anymore. So that's the thing. I'm going to call him on the phone tomorrow. Be like, hi, I'm totally calling to help you with your computer. Are you sitting in front of it right now? Bring up a thing and type this in. And it's like the one and only time this will ever be a legit call. That's normally how scams start.
Yeah.
But he also will recognize that I'm the guy who was shopping there this past weekend and talking to him, and I told him my name too. So, and I could probably, like, if he's open late enough, it's like, hey, I get off at work at 3:30. I can swing by there this evening and help you out, and then take a look at your 8-tracks.
Yeah, I figured that. That's why I said I don't think you'd mind swinging by his place, you know, because there's an ulterior motive.
I mean, it is a half hour out. It's not just right down the street, but you know, it's not a bad evening.
You know what? You find some extra stuff there. Maybe he has some stuff in the back that you see that's not out yet. You know,
it doesn't hurt to have friends that own record stores.
Yeah.
So that might be. We'll see what happens there. But I was feeling so stupid on that whole drive home. Like, oh God, I could have gotten him where he needed to be. I totally could. If I understood the situation, if I took in all the data and thought about it for a little bit, rather than getting fixated on the password stored on the old laptop, he said he had password. He said the old laptop. I got fixated there and didn't look at the full picture as much as I should have.
Gators, honestly, I still say you should buy a caddy no matter what. So
I should. You say I should what?
You should at least have a caddy just in case.
Well, heck, if I'm going to drive over there, I'm going to bring all my hard drive USB adapters and screwdriver kit, because there's no need for him to pay the Geek Squad to do that when I could do that in a half hour at most.
What I hate is a lot of laptops now have those stupid clips on it. You know how many clips I've broken on laptops? You know how many I've broken? I have a decent. I have the iFixit, the little flat thing. You can actually use a credit card too. But you know how many clips I've broken?
I don't know. Too many?
At least once or twice.
Well, this laptop's got a fried board, so we could break it. And it's got screws in the bottom, so I should be able to get the bottom to lift up.
I have a Lenovo over here, a X270, and even though you take the now I do appreciate the captive screws. I'm not complaining with captive screws on a laptop. That's fine. Yeah. You take them out, they stay in the board, they stay in the back. Go for it. Awesome. I don't lose them. I don't have to worry about taking them out. Now, but getting the clips, on this Lenovo, I already broke one clip. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna screw it back together.
Well, it's a dead laptop, so I can break whatever, and he won't care. He'll just be thrilled if I get his. If he needs his data, I can get the drive out, get the data. The big thing's going to be get him signed into his laptop, get him a browser working, and from there he will be like, oh, I can get into Discogs, I can get my password reset, I can get into my account. I could do things, and then if we need to get things, I can open up the old laptop, take the hard drive out. So I'll probably give him a call tomorrow, see if he wants me to swing by his store after work, and see what I can do.
There you go. Just remember, you're now his tech support forever now. You know that's right. Don't you do this?
I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world to be a little a helpful friend to a record store owner.
That's fine.
I could give him my wish list. He'll find me all the K-Tel in-store sampler promos or records. Put all the quad 8 tracks he finds aside for me.
He's not going to do that, I'm sure, but...
He doesn't know how to price them. He has $6 for a Tony Orlando and Dawn quad 8 track. Mind you, Tony Orlando and Dawn quad 8 tracks, not the most desirable quad 8 tracks, but he probably could have gotten 20 for it on eBay.
Gators, don't tell him that, because then you're not going to be able to spend $6 instead of $20.
The point is, he would absolutely put them all aside for me. Probably would, and sell them to me for $6 each.
Maybe. There you go. Just no Dark Side of the Moon or Iron Butterfly.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Dark Side one might be kind of cool to have just for the sake of having it. Like right now, I could buy that Tony Orlando and Dawn tape that I bought for $6 for $14 plus $5 shipping. If I were to buy it off of eBay right now, buy it now.
Why would you do that if you just go to the store and pick it up?
Actually, someone's got a sealed copy for $30. So, although these two I just cited are not moving at those prices, so maybe 6 isn't that far off.
$6 OBO.
It could be. It could be. But I didn't have it already, and it was $6, so I bought it.
There you go.
Yeah, why not? Why not a little Tony Orlando and Dawn and quad?
Well, there you go. I'm glad. Hopefully the guy gets his stuff done.
I hope so too.
He might call you back tomorrow and go, "Yeah, I got it logged in."
Well, I didn't leave my number.
I thought he knows your number. He called you once, right?
No, I called him when I got back.
Oh.
Oh, you mean the tech that's doing the conference room stuff?
No, the guy. The record store.
The record store guy doesn't have my number unless caller ID got it when I left the voicemail.
Yeah, probably.
But he didn't. But he didn't call it today.
Oh, you didn't leave your number when you called him though?
I got flustered because I was hoping he was going to pick up and I could talk to him directly. So I was like, what you want to do is you want to do a Google search for Windows profile setup. I'm sorry. I was tripping over myself because I was not really prepared. But I was prepared to talk to the guy because I just saw him a half hour ago. I thought he might have still been there banging his head against the laptop. But he gave up on it for the evening after we left and closed up shop. So, yeah,
right.
I just
Well,
I just wanted to stop him from wasting time spending money to get the hard drive data that was not going to help him with the obstacle he was currently stuck on. I'm like, that's not. I gave you bad advice. Don't do that. Search for setting up the Windows profile. And hopefully his younger friend will figure out what I'm talking about and do the right Google search. Because I didn't give him a very good detailed Google search. I flubbed it kind of, but I at least steered them off the bad path I had them on. I hope. I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have to go in tomorrow, you have to go in tomorrow.
And, of course, Sparky was pointing out my totally missed opportunity, that I had the perfect opportunity to go.
Boobies!
No, that was the wrong button.
That was the wrong button. That was definitely the wrong button.
That was the wrong button. No, that's the wrong button.
That might be the right button.
That could be. No, it was
right in the butt.
Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah, no. Okay.
Right in the butt.
Wow. Nice.
I don't know if Sparky approves. The moment had passed. We were talking about boogie in the butt, and that would have been the perfect time to just do a
right in the butt.
Yeah,
right in the butt. It's okay. It was in the moment. It's fine.
It was in the moment. We'll fix that in post. Yeah. So yeah, that's the That's the perils of being seasoned.
What did Gothard get? Did he get anything cool?
Yeah, he got some cool things. He what else did he get? He bought some cool. He bought some 10cc.
Okay, 10cc's cool.
Yeah,
Another
yeah,
10cc.
yeah. He bought some cool funk stuff. You know, he bought a Undisputed Truth album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you would swipe from him?
Oh, that Undisputed Truth album he was playing was really funky. I probably would have bought it if I found it first, because it's one of their albums that doesn't have their hit Smiling Faces sometimes. But their other stuff's good, so it's totally worth picking up if you.
So you would have swiped it from him?
I would have.
Okay.
I would have.
Okay.
But he found a lot of good stuff at I mean, it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity when a record store owner passes and his personal stash gets put out as the record store. I mean, that's I think I had to head back there a few more times is what I needed. I mean, I got.
Still visit, were these over by you or were they over where he is? These places.
Oh no, Gothard was hanging out here visiting me, so these are close to where I live.
Was this for the concert or was this before the concert?
No, it was after.
Hang?
He came down Friday for the concert and then stayed here overnight, and we hung out Saturday, and he stayed overnight again, and then we got some brunch on Sunday, and he head back. We would have gotten dim sum, but the dim sum place closed.
What? So it's a dim nun?
Yeah, it was a dim num, so we just went to like the local diner and got some,
that's sad. Dim sum
breakfast.
Is so good.
Well, the place we go to has two locations, one in the city of Boston and one outside of Boston in Quincy. And we first would go to the one in Boston because we would take Bart. No, not Bart. We would take the Red Line into Boston and get some dim sum in Chinatown, and then head out to some record stores in the city and kind of have a day trip in the city. But then we found that they had another location in Quincy, which is in a shopping center outside the city, so it's convenient to just drive there if you don't feel like doing a city day trip thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we had done that more. And then also they were like, they closed down the one in the city to redo things or redecorate or whatever. And so the one in Quincy was the only one open. So there were even times where we basically would drive there first, and then we would go get Red Line into the city. But now I guess they're doing the reverse. The one in the city's open back up. This one's closed. So we didn't feel like taking a day trip into the city on Sunday. Is what we
I see.
Well, Gothard and I, we'd already done the city trip on Friday, and plus a Stereo Lab concert is on your feet throughout the show type of concert, standing room only. So we were happy to not be on our feet.
Are there concerts where people sit down?
There are some shows that, I mean, there are shows that are at venues where you're seated and you watch the band play, and then there's shows that are at venues that are more like everyone stand and dance. That's not a very good band
if you're just sitting the whole time, honestly.
Sparks plays at venues where you sit.
Whoa! Were you sitting at the Sparks concert?
Through much of it, yeah, and I was enjoying it. I was comfy.
Wow, I figured you'd be on your feet the whole time.
I'm not a dancer. Okay. At a Stereo Lab concert, I'm more of a bob my head type and just try to look not too out of place.
You don't have to dance. You stand up and
But it's perfectly acceptable to be at a seated venue to see a band.
Wow, I just figured Sparks. When they started doing Bullet Train, you weren't chugging or anything?
They didn't do Bullet Train.
What?
They did Suburban Homeboys, though.
As they should.
Yeah. And, of course, they did This Town Ain't Big Enough for Both of Us. But they didn't do Amateur Hour.
Oh. Well, I figured it wasn't the amateur hour for them.
But the great thing is that they did Suburban Homeboys, but instead of Russ singing the song, Ron just did a awkward speaking the lyrics for Suburban Homeboys.
Oh, that's odd.
It was it works. I mean, that's the thing. Ron is the songwriter, so he's also the lyricist. So usually Russ is singing Ron's words. So it is kind of cool when you get Ron to speak because he wrote those words. So let's see if I could. I think maybe the concert that they included on the documentary Blu-ray might include a performance like that. Let me see if I can find that, and see if that includes that on there. Nope. Oh, here we go. We'll show this. At one point during a concert, Ron will actually get up and do a little dance. Normally, he just plays the keyboard with a stoic face, but once during the concert, he'll get up and do a little dance and then go back to the
Make him
keyboard.
do that, or he just wants to do it?
It's part of his shtick. It's part of his
Okay.
thing. It's a part of the show. It's a thing he does. So let's go ahead. Here is Ron getting ready to do his little. Let's see if I can back it up a little bit, maybe. Oh. This is the number one song in heaven. There's Ron at the keyboard. And it's
Are you sat during this?
actually we might have stood up for this. There were some
how do you
parts.
sit down for this?
Now here he is. He's getting up,
There you go.
coming over, just in his tie. Oh, taking the tie off.
Wow. Wow.
Getting ready to count himself in.
You throwing the tie in the audience? So we get a free
There he
tie?
goes,
Oh, there you go.
doing his little dance.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can sit during this.
No, I think this was one of the parts of the shows that we were all standing for.
Good.
But yeah, he does this at every show, I think, for this song.
Great.
And takes a little bow, wipes off his forehead, goes back to his keyboard,
And sit down.
sits down, puts on a stoic face for the rest of the concert, like he always does.
Well, he had to get up and move around. He's probably like, dude, I gotta stretch. Let's do this
Yeah.
dance.
So let's see if I forget if they do Suburban Homeboys on this concert recording. No.
Did you buy this? Did you buy this Blu-ray at the concert?
No, this was something that was included as an extra on the Blu-ray for the documentary they released about them.
Oh, that's right. I remember asking you if you were gonna get that.
Oh, here they're doing Suburban Homeboys live. Although I guess this tour they had Russ sing it. So I don't yeah.
I'm a suburban homeboy with a suburban hoe right by my side. I'm a suburban homeboy and I say yo dog to my pool cleaning guy. I hope I'm baggy enough for them. I play my shaggy enough for them. I'll pop a cap of some food at the gap and I'm a suburban homeboy.
There
Yeah,
you go.
but this tour Ron stood up and did the lyrics. And he does them kind of in the style of I am a suburban homeboy with a suburban hoe right by my side. He speaks it while they're playing the music. It was great.
Are you gonna get up and dance during that?
No, not quite. I was enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah.
No,
so,
that's
yeah.
cool. So
That-
you
that-
your
that
two
is cool.
concerts this year then.
Yeah. 2 great concerts this year.
Stereo Lab and Sparks. And who's your next concert? You know what I'm saying, for next
I don't
year?
know. I'm tapped out now. I bought a lot of merch. I gotta save up for next year, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
it's like 3 months, so it's fine.
We'll see. I mean, now that because Stereo Lab was on a long hiatus, and then they did a reunion tour to basically promote the reissuing of their back catalog, and then they did a second reunion tour promoting a new collection that they released. So this is their first tour in a long time that they toured behind an actual new album. So now that Stereolab has recorded a new album for the first time since their hiatus, I hope this means that they're back, and maybe they'll do another album and another tour next year.
Maybe. How old are they getting, though?
Not as old as Sparks.
That's true. That's true.
Those dudes are in their 70s up there dancing.
That's why they're getting up and doing that one little dance and coming back, you know?
Yeah.
Like, dancing, you know?
No, I mean, they got some more albums in them, I'm sure. Stereolab. And Sparks. I know Sparks is still working on music. I'm sure Sparks will have another album out. But Stereolab, you know, first album after their hiatus, after having that hiatus for a number of years. Let's hope that this is working for them and they decide to keep staying back together and crank out another album. I'm hoping, because I got to tell you, this Sparks album's my favorite of theirs since, I guess. Heck, I think I even like it better than Margarine Eclipse, so I have to say it's probably their best album since Sound Dust.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
surprising you find some of the newer stuff better than the older stuff.
Well, Stereolab is a band that I've always kind of preferred newer to older, because the early Stereolab is more kind of indie rock. I really liked what they started doing in the mid-90s with their experimental, adding synths and getting more experimental with what they're doing. To me, the golden era of Stereolab has been from Dots and Loops, their 97 album Dots and Loops, up to their 2001 album Sound Dust. That's like, you know, Dots and Loops, Cobra Phases, Sound Dust is like the holy trinity of Stereolab albums. The stuff before that was more indie rock, although Emperor Tomato Ketchup, which was their 96 album before Dots and Loops, certainly showed where they were going. So that one's right in there.
Tomato? I have to ask.
Well, it depending on how you pronounce it. I've also heard it pronounced Emperor Tomato Ketchup.
But is there any other ketchup besides tomato or tomato?
I don't know. That's a good question. But after Sound Dust in 2001, one of their vocalists got run over while riding her bike and died.
No, don't run over people.
It was sad. So although 2004's Margarine Eclipse kind of was not as good as the previous albums, it didn't feel like that at the time, because when a major member of a band dies, it really calls into question, are they going to continue without her? Will it be the same without her? And that album came out and was awesome, and I loved it. So that was kind of like the album that was like, oh, they still got it. They're still doing it. You know, it was kind of a triumphant return after tragedy. But in all honesty, I do prefer the previous album to that album. So Margarine Eclipse was 2004. Then 2008 was Chemical Chords. 2006 was Fab Four Suture. And so those three albums, Margarine Eclipse, Fab Four Suture, and Chemical Chords, all have strong material that I love on them, but they also have their lulls in them. So those three albums are not as strong as like Sound Dust from 2001. I could take that beginning to end any day. Not a lull or a low point in that album. So, and I have to say, the new one, Instant Holograms on Metal Film, I think it's got that strength of Sound Dust that I like it beginning. So you like
it better than Sound Dust?
Same as. I'm saying it's. Okay. I'm saying this album's the best thing they've done since Sound Dust, and I do not mean that at all as a slight to the stuff they've done since Sound Dust. Like I said, Margarine Eclipse, love that album.
Now, is this on your music server already, so you can play it in the car?
Oh well, this is all my stereo. All my stuff's in my music server. Everything. Okay. Yeah, okay. I have all my music because I bought the CDs, I bought the downloads, I bought the vinyl. So
you bought it all. Wait, no 8-track?
I'd have to make my own.
Really? They don't make 8-track?
No, they don't.
What if they came out with a special edition collection of a discog of all their 8-tracks?
It would probably be super limited and impractical to buy.
Would it come in a mini gym locker. Because I would say refrigerator, but that's already been done. So a mini
That's-
gym locker.
I don't see them doing that,
Maybe
to be
a
honest.
microwave.
I don't think so.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Oh. Well,
But
shame.
I don't know.
Still, a mini gym locker would be a good idea.
Besides, if anyone puts out a special edition 8-track or something, it's a there's no tape being manufactured like that anymore. The tape that's in 8-track tape is not the same as the tape that's on reel-to-reel tape, because that tape has to have a special kind of a graphite lubricant layer on it to allow it to slide against itself on the hub that it comes off of and spools back onto.
Wow.
And so that tape has to be
You
manufactured
want to
with
talk
that.
about that on Twitch?
But it's not that kind of lubricant.
Okay, I just wondered.
So I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
But there is technically that type of tape is still manufactured, but not for that purpose. There are
What purpose is it manufactured for, Gators? I have to ask now. You said not for. I have to ask. Do you know?
well, sometimes a guy has urges and really
Apparently, never mind. I don't want to know.
it
That's
really
like,
loves his analog, but it's got to have the lubricant. No.
no, you said graphite. So where they draw pictures on the wall? What are they doing?
Well, graphite is used as a lubricant at times too. I'm
Well, yeah, but
pretty sure
you can
that's
also
the
draw with it.
You
What
could.
you do? Draw pictures on the
No.
wall?
So there are reverb units, vintage reverb units that are still tape based that will run a tape loop on a short loop to create a delay or a reverb and the tape after running multiple times will wear out. And so it is a regular maintenance that needs to be done at times that people that still use these vintage equipments will need to buy replacement tape to put into their analog delay unit. And so there is one operation that still manufactures this tape for that purpose.
Okay, that's cool.
They absolutely hate manufacturing it because when they do a run of that tape, they basically have to shut down the machines of everything else because the graphite layer makes a mess. So it makes a mess of the factory to do a run of this tape, and then they have to clean it all up afterwards before they can go back to operating or making regular tape without this layer. And so anytime anyone has ever reached out to them and asked about a price quote to do like a bulk run of this tape for the purposes of manufacturing 8-track cartridges for a special run, they say no. They don't give a number. They don't give a stupid number. They don't give a ridiculous number. They say no, fuck no. We don't sell in those quantities. No,
So
we
they're never doing 8
refuse.
tracks again.
No, they refuse. In fact, I think they've basically said that they're reaching a point that the next time they do a run of it, they're going to do a huge run of it, and that's the last time they're ever going to do it. And when that sells out, you're shit out of luck. They're not doing it again. So that's the. Now this is the rumor. This is hearsay. I don't have this from the horse's mouth, but that's my understanding of the situation. Which means that any kind, like I think there was a Dolly Parton Christmas album that came out that they did a special limited run of 8-track. These are done by specialist people that actually repurpose old 8-track tapes and dub it on consumer or semi-pro equipment. This is not stuff that's being run the way that consumer dubbing of manufacturing of these tapes was done. This is DIY type stuff that's being done on scales large enough to have a commercial release, but that's why they're usually very limited and sell out fast.
Wow.
So yeah, if
So no new 8 tracks then.
so yeah, any special edition 8-tracks is basically some dude that's got a little side business running out of his garage repurposing things, got some work for a little promo fun kitschy thing, which is not as exciting, but you know, it's cool that happens sometimes, but it's gone. The era of the 8-track is past. I'd rather buy the past ones than see people bring it back.
Okay. So they're not going viral. People are just buying records instead.
I mean, records is the stuff that that's still profitable to manufacture. I mean, that's the thing. People are still looking for copies of Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin on vinyl, and the demand is larger than the used quantities that are left out there. I mean, we went through a period where a lot of stuff, a lot of that stuff was just tossed because no one wanted it, and
sad.
which is sad.
Can they melt down the vinyl and reuse it?
Well, that wouldn't help our problem any. I don't know.
But just throw them away though.
But the point is that we're at the point now where the demand is there for the classics like Zeppelin, Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, that it is profitable to make new vinyl pressings of these albums, and that I really don't have much interest in buying new reissues of old albums. I want the original.
Yeah, I understand.
But the original is hard to find, so the original comes at a premium. So and reissues do sell. So that's kind of the name of the game these days. I mean, there was a time where there was stuff that when I moved from California back east, I went through my collection and culled out 8 boxes of stuff, and a lot of it was stuff that I paid $1 for, never got around to listening to, and wasn't sure when I would ever get around to listening to it. And it was like, well, if I ever change my mind and decide I do want to listen to it, I could probably find another copy for $1. And nope, there is stuff I sold that I will never be able to buy for $1 again.
Oh, you lost stuff.
Well, I can't even really name any off the top of my head, so I have no regrets there. But
you want your record back? I can give that record back to you if it helps.
The bagpipe one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I have seen that a few more times.
Oh, good. I'm glad you. It's probably not even $1. It's probably 50 cents.
No. People want $10 for it. I don't know who would.
$10 for it, really?
I don't know who would pay to. Hey, when I played it on my show, you said you wanted it. You said.
No, I did. But no.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, I wasn't the one that wanted it. Remember this.
It was Neo who wanted it.
Yes, and you gave it to me.
I gave it to you to give to Neo.
And then she said, I don't want it.
I asked her if she was serious. She said, you were there. She said she was serious.
I was there. And
she said she was serious.
And then you sent it to me, and then I'm like, okay, I'll send it to her.
And then she didn't take it.
And I'm like, okay, I guess I have another record. I'm not gonna. I don't have a point thing. I haven't even listened to it. I don't have the record. I don't have a record player to play on it.
So now you have it filed with your Annie record, right?
Yeah, Annie, Jungle Book, and 101 Dalmatians.
And bagpipes.
and yeah, and I think I have an Elton John in there somewhere too. No, it's either. I think it's Phil Collins actually.
Oh.
I have Phil Collins in there somewhere.
Practically the same thing, right?
No.
But.
No.
No.
Someday
all right.
I'll get a record player. Who knows? I'll get a Bluetooth one.
You could.
Yeah, that's what I need is a Bluetooth one.
No.
Gator's like, no.
No, you don't want that. Get a real one.
It'll have an aux out. It'll have a phono out on it. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
You can get the phono out ones that have the Bluetooth. My niece has one of those. It's pretty nice.
Techmone's reviewed a few good things.
Yeah.
They got those sound burgers. You can get one of those.
I pay $30. I go to like a Goodwill and pay like $35, $40 for one.
Well, the problem with vintage stuff these days is there's no telling if it'll work or not anymore, and most likely it's going to need some work.
Well, if the arm goes down and I just need to put a new needle thingy in it.
Well, there is that.
I just put a new needle thing in it. If it goes
but
around,
you might need to lubricate it. Wipe off the old hardened grease and re-lubricate it.
Wait. Do I need to use the graphite lubricant?
Oh, that you could use some like grease.
I have some WD-40, some lithium WD-40 stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Basically, you got to like take the Jesus clip off of it, take the platter out. It's that little clip that you pry at it carefully. Ping goes across the room, and you go Jesus. That's the Jesus clip. Is what you got there.
Yeah.
And,
it has so much tension. Yeah.
And you lift out the platter and and then you got like inside all the grease is dried hardened grease is there, and then there's like a little ball bearing thing that comes out, and you clean all those parts off, take all the old lubricant off of it, and you get some modern lubricants. Look for the internet for what they recommend.
Butter?
And re-grease it. Not butter.
So spam? No, so the Pam. I think
put it-
butter flavored Pam.
Put everything back together with new fresh lubricant on it, and you're good for another 20, 30 years.
So butter flavored Pam's not going to do it.
No, I wouldn't do butter or Pam. Or,
I can try it.
No. I'm sure you could go down to the local Home Depot and get a tube of something.
I can order it on the Amazons.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
Okay.
everybody, there's your Amazon Alexa Plus is coming out, and it's actually been released now, but people are getting it now. So, because there is a thingy on tomorrow morning for new devices and new thingies. So,
New
Amazon
devices and new thingies.
yeah, new thingies from Amazon. So enjoy your new thingies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, on that
There.
note, we should probably look for someone
Yeah.
to raid.
Who are we gonna raid tonight?
Well, we could raid Tired Actor again. Or we could raid Ray Rachel. Or we could raid
Yeah, Electro Plus.
Electra Plus.
I'm looking at Sparky's message.
Oh, that's not a channel. That's no. You were saying Alexa Plus, I think, is what you were saying.
Yeah, it said Alexa Plus.
Right. Of course, now we've woken up everyone's
Good.
devices.
I mean, I could go. Hey Siri, okay Google, and Alexa, do this.
So I know we might be stuck in a rut here.
Exactly.
Play music by voice command. Alexa, play song/artist.
The song commanded by voices by IMX is playing on Spotify.
Times asterisk Alexa.
What now?
There. You can link services
But
like Spotify
Alexa,
and Apple
stop.
Music in the Alexa app.
But both my devices just went off.
Yeah, I don't know who to raid. And Tired Actor's streaming, and we like
We
her.
can do her. That's
We
fine.
like
She's fine.
Tired Actor.
I don't think she's doing Red Dead Redemption anymore. I think she's finished.
Oh,
She finished her Red Dead Redemption. Did you watch her last stream of that?
funny you should say stream. No, I didn't catch that one. Now all I could think about is the time she spied on a stream.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, it
and
was
the
a good-
time she actually shot somebody. So you know.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
she
good.
accidentally shot someone again.
Again, she did it twice.
Wrong.
Man,
Well, yeah,
that girl has a trigger finger. I ain't getting near her near the Wild West.
Well, there was the one time where like she ran to a guy that she had saved his life before, and he was like, telling her to go down to see the gunsmith or something.
And then
while
she shoots him.
Well, she was stretching, and while stretching, she accidentally hit the button and shot him.
It's like, dude.
And so, yeah, but this time it was, I think she hit the wrong button because it was like a tense encounter, and I think she was getting ready to aim just in case to be ready, but then boom, just shot the dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
no.
anyways, we're gonna go ahead and what are we gonna do? We're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, because once again, you have been listening to another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
And we do try to be educational here, and we even try to be entertaining here, believe it or not. I don't know how we've been doing the past few weeks, but we try to be educational. So, Mars, what have you learned here this week?
I learned Paul Revere needs holes in its side.
There's that. And I've learned that I don't know if Brian is on speaking terms with me or not right now.
Wow.
I might have to give him a call because he didn't respond to my text.
Yeah, enjoyed that one.
I don't know if he's busy or if there's hard feelings about me telling him off a few weeks ago. But then again, when you weren't responding to my texts, I didn't know if you were busy or if there were hard feelings. And you were just busy for a few years. So
Yeah.
it happens. It happens. But you know me, in my head, it's like, they don't like you. They're pissed off at you. They're tired of your shit. So I don't know if I need to listen to that voice or tell it to shut up. But either way, we'll give Brian a call this week and see if we can get him back here next week or not. But we'll be back next week, same
See
time.
you guys.
And Sparky learned that Johnny needs a TV mount from Harbor Freight. Absolutely, I do. I think I need to go into my one-on-one next week and go, okay, boss man, here's the deal. I'm going to Harbor Freight. I'm buying a TV mount. I'm expensing it. And we're getting this fucking thing fixed. And there's nothing you can do to stop me.
How heavy is an 85-inch television?
Well, this TV is an 85-inch. That's a different conference room that's got the 85. This one's probably got something like a 55 or 65-inch. Actually, it's got to be a 65-inch because it takes an extra person to help me get it off the wall.
Okay. There you go.
But there is another conference room that's got a larger one that's either like 75 or 85. I'm not sure which. It's fucking big.
I think you need an 85-inch TV in your living room.
I don't know how well it would go over going to the boss saying, here's the deal. I'm doing this and you can't stop me. I might be here next week begging for money, monetizing the channel, and clearing up my copyright claims.
Oh, I see.
No, I would never do that. I would never go in that forcefully. I would probably be like, hey, look I really think I should do this. Why don't you just let me do this? And he'd probably still say no.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, all right then. Okay.
How if I buy the mounting and you have maintenance do it?
I don't know that's the. I mean, because they would say we should call it. That's the type of stuff they'd call a contractor to come in for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which we're already got the quote with the right vendor for that. Our maintenance people don't do that intensive. Anyway, Sparky's wants me to let you all know next week how it went. So yeah, next week I'll have an update because this week we have a broken conference room, so there has to be an update next week, even if it's just it's still broken. We sent the equipment out again, and we're waiting for it to come back. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they get us a new piece of equipment fast, and everything's back up and running by next week. But I'm not holding my breath. All right, let's go ahead. Let's rate Tired Actor and see what she's playing now. And, we will be back here next week.
Okay. See you guys.
Good night. And, and it's letting us raid.
Nice.
Cool. All right, and we are rated.
All right.
We're rated on a be right back.
Well, have a good day, Gators.
Yep,
Good luck
you too.
tomorrow.
Catch you next week.
Confetti, it's a raid!
Bye.